Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse. And today we're gonna be continuing this battery project, the 24 kilowatt hour battery bank. Is that it? I guess so. 24 kilowatt hour battery bank. Yeah, probably okay. I actually haven't done a video in 14 days, and you probably haven't noticed because I was so far in front of making videos that it started to become a problem that I would have forgotten what I did in the videos when you saw them. So we really haven't been down here for quite a while, because it's even longer since I have done anything on this project, because the last video I did, the old UPS, it blew up on me, and I've actually gone into my data center and found that I have an APC UPS that was also 48 volts. It has one of these thingies here for a battery connector, and I thought I'm gonna use that, but I didn't have any of those connectors, so I've been waiting for that connector to turn up from China, and I have them on the table out here, so we're gonna go and solder something up for this system. My patrons have seen this like 14 days ago that I've mounted this, but I'm gonna be unmounting it because I want it to be sticking the other way out. Right now it's upside down, which is kind of annoying, but there is some connections on the bottom of it, and I have it sitting on a metal thing that I need to remove and put in a different spot for everything to be okay down there. So we're gonna probably start with that. Cool? Are you cool with that? Okay. Just to recap, I have 12 batteries over here. Each has been connected into a 48 volt battery bank. Over here, get out of this light, Morten. I have another 12 batteries also connected in 48 volts battery banks. Combined, that should be 24 batteries, and each battery is about 1000 watts in an hour, so a total of 24 kilowatt hours. That has been connected through this thingy here with automatic fuses for each of the banks up to this charge controller. So it's actually more or less the other way around. The power comes in from my solar panels, goes through the charge controller, goes through the fuses, and goes into the battery banks. So that's how far we are right now. Then we need some power to go down to this UPS. That will make some power for the house. I'm not planning on powering the entire house just to start with. I don't have enough solar power for that, but it would be really cool if I could power like my computer or something in the weekends when I'm here. And I do believe it. I could probably power that computer for quite some time just on the power that is on the batteries. So let's have this dismounted and turning around. I more or less just mounted this to get it out of the way. So I haven't mounted it too good. Just put some wire on each side. So wire gone, it will pop out. Oh, there it is. So that one is in the wrong spot. I need to move that over somewhere on the back of the UPS where it's not in the way of anything, like right here. I guess it's a good spot so that I can access all of this and also access this. Don't know if I'm gonna be needing something behind here, but well, then I would have to rethink stuff. So, well, I'm gonna find out where to put it, and we're gonna put this in again, just the other way out. Okay, here is the model number of the UPS that I'm using. I do believe that it's the top one, this 2200R, and it's a very regular one, so probably a lot of you already knows this UPS and have it running in your data center if data centers are your thing. So I should be able to get around just under 2000 watts out of this, and probably a really nice sine wave. Okay, here is the back of the UPS, and I want this side to be up, so I need that bracket to be just about here. That would be a good spot for it. And it looks like it's more or less in the middle of the box. Maybe, don't know how much, maybe a bit to this side. So over here on the wall, I probably need to move that bracket over there somewhere. So I'll have to measure that up and move that accordingly. On the back we have a USB connection, which is an RJ45 connector. We have a serial connection. We have something called EPO. I am not totally sure what that is. Then we have a sensitivity button here. Sensitivity. Have no idea. I'm sure someone in the comments will tell me what this sensitivity button and its LED is for, please. Then we have power input here. I'm hoping not to use that at all. I'm hoping that the UPS will be able to power up without me using the power input. Because if the UPS tries to charge the batteries, that might not be a good thing. Then there's a power output. I'm not sure why there's a power output. Automatic fuse right there, and a lot of outlets for 10 amps, 220 volts to 240 volts. So awesome. I think I've messed up here. I've turned the UPS around again, and I think that I was just gonna be checking. I might be okay with this side sticking out, because here are the screws. So if I wanted to take it apart, well, I could do that while it was sitting there. The control panel on top would be upside down, but hopefully I'm not gonna be needing that much. So I just need to check that the bracket over there is not in the way over here. So I've marked this with a couple of tapes, a couple of pieces of tape, and hopefully the bracket will be somewhere in between of the tapes, where there is nothing. Well, it could actually go a bit further this way. There is just a stupid screw there, so we could go all the way over here. There is kind of a control or a panel here. I know that you can occupy with some way smaller electronics than this stuff, so you could put in a network connection, and I would probably like to do that at some point. I'm not sure what I can put in here, but that doesn't really matter either. But I'll check if that bracket is okay. Okay, I just checked, and the bracket is a bit too far over here, but it's not far enough so that it really matters that much. Plus that black thing, the cover for where you can put that in, it's further up this way, and the bracket is more in that way. So I think it'll be okay for now. And when I put something in there, I could probably move the bracket over that way. I think it's all good. I'm gonna try and make some connections to plug this in. And I need to try something with that one, and I have a couple of negative leaves going behind the batteries here that I'm gonna take out and connector, well, make a connection for that. Okay, so the negative leaves are long enough to go down here. They're actually long enough, plus a little. But the positive leaf, which was over here, well, it's long enough, but I don't want it to go that way. So I want it to go down into the cable management plastic thingy here, go over here and come out together with the negative leaf and go into a connector. So I need to measure out how long this is gonna be to do that nicely. So I need some kind of a cable to do that. So I think I have some gray cable or something laying around here somewhere. There, measuring cable. So we need it to go from here down to there, from there over to here, and from here the same length as the black cables, so about there. So I need that amount of red cable. That's kind of long, but well, I will have to do that. I have transferred that measurement over to the red cable, which is the one that I'm going to be using. This is a 10mm thick piece of cable that we're gonna be mounting with these. Oh, pretty cool. Well, I like that. I bought different kind, but I found that these were a bit bigger. The eye of it, or what you call that, is about the same size, but over here there's a lot more material, and for that mounting, well, that's not a good thing. So these are bought but I haven't used for anything. Then way back I bought these, and they're really hefty, and I'm not sure that I'm going to be using those for anything because they're just big. And in this bag we have the connectors that are bought for this. I really hope they fit. And these are called an Anderson connector. They have called it something else here, but I will have to go and check if they will fit. I surely hope so. It's a Chinese, I bought them from China, so well, they might have just made a copy that is not compatible, so I might as well go and check that right away. Okay, it seems like it was a good idea that I did that, because it does not, well, it fits, but there is a groove in this connector here. They have made like that little square there, which makes it not compatible with this thingy here. So I need to remove that groove in this connection or make a new groove in this one. And as I have 5 or 10 of these, I think it's better to make it in this one and not ruin that one. So I will have to cut off a little bit on that one. The plus side, I need to remove a little bit of plastic right there. Luckily, I do believe that I have the right Ryobi tool for that job. Awesome. There, after a little bit more fiddling, it's now able to go in, not go out as easily. So with the Anderson connectors, these are the metal things that make the connections, and yeah, you plop those in, and there's like a lip here that connects with a metal bracket in here. So you push this in a specific way, and it locks into place with this piece of metal down here. Can we see that? Yeah. And well, that's rather hard to push down, so it should make a good connector. I've never tried this before, but I am guessing that this is gonna be okay. So I'm gonna try and solder this, and to be able to solder this connector without heating up all this metal, which is impossible, I have put on some painter's tape to make a heat barrier between this little silver thing. I don't know if it's silver or if it's nickel that is on here, so that the heat doesn't transfer as well down there. So we're gonna try that, and it's gonna cost me some solder. It's cold down here, so everything, yeah, it's melting down here. So I'm now able to fill this up with solder. I'm not gonna fill it all the way up because I'm also gonna be putting the cable down there. So I think half full. That looks good. I have uninsulated that, so I think I'm able to push that down now and get a really good solder connection there. A lot of people says that I should be using a crimp tool. I haven't got one of those, so yeah, this is the best I can do right now. I have dismounted the negative wire, the black wire as well, and as this was a bit too long already, I think we can safely cut off a bit, like that much, no problem. and I'll uninsulate that and do the same thing. Okay, did the same thing with the black wire. That was a little bit more difficult because those two wires did not want to go there at the same time. Well, it just cost some persuasion, and well, it's all good. Okay, I am trying to mount the negative wires again. They came from here and they're going back into here. I've turned stuff off. There is no reason to have it on while playing with this, so I'm hoping all is good. There is still power on the battery bank, so I have to be careful down at on the other side. They don't really want to go in there. I don't know why. I'm sure they will like it in there. Okay, they're in. I want to drill some holes for the cable to come out again. I want one over here where this one goes in. I want it to go more or less just straight down, so we're gonna do a hole there as far in as possible. There. Have to be careful not to damage the cables. There is a lot of power in those. Then we need one over here somewhere. Don't want to get too close to either red or black wires there. So, and I don't want that hammer drill thing. I don't like that. There. So now the cables can go down that way, and I have completed this one as well, so I'm gonna go get that. Okay, I think I'm ready to connect this to the plug. I have deliberately not plugged in these, well, the minus one is plugged in, but the plus one is definitely not plugged in. It's just hanging there, and I feel a lot better with that. So I have to remove this tape that I so carefully put on there. There. And I need to put that in the right hole, otherwise, well, it's not gonna work. Is that? Well, let's like this. Okay. Need some tools for that. There is the minus one. Cool. Let's see if we can do the plus one. I found that I have to push this down with a screwdriver. There, we have our connection. Cool. So, this one is off, so I should be able to connect this without anything happening whatsoever. So, we're gonna do that. Let's not do it that way. That way is good. There. We have a connection, and then I'm gonna move out of the way. Okay, we're gonna turn on the battery bank. That's not gonna do anything other than power the charge controller up there, that light up. Then we can power or turn on the solar panels coming in there. And then we can do, I don't like this at all. Let's power that one. And nothing happens. Yeah, nothing happened. The light turned off in this one, but there's still power on it. So let's try and turn this on. And that is on. Cool. I wonder if it's doing any power. It's definitely lighting up that the battery is good. We have all the lines there, so full power on that one. And I can hear that there's a fan blower blowing somewhere as well. So I have a new tool that we have to check. This is my trusty old Fluke Multimeter. I've had this for 25 years plus, 27 years I think I've had this, and it's an awesome meter. It has been teasing me lately. I had to open it up not long ago and clean everything. It was very buggy when I turned the scale around to pick different stuff, but right now it's all good. But it only measures maximum of 10 amps, and that's just not enough for what we are playing at here. So I went ahead and I bought another one, and this is a cheapie compared to that Fluke, but this is a clamp meter, and it's a Mastech, and it's the MS2108. It's rather old. I have wanted this for many years. I've actually had it in order before from Great Britain, I think. It never turned out, and I got my money back, but I never got the meter. It just disappeared. So I ordered a new one. So now I can measure the current that is coming out of the batteries. It also comes with leads. It can also measure voltage and capacity and stuff like that, and a tiny manual. But right now we want to measure some power, so let's go measure some power. So even though I've had this for a couple of weeks, I haven't used it for anything. Well, I have had it on, but let's measure the current going down to the UPS. So you put it to A for amps, and that's the DC sign, and up here is the AC sign. So you start by zeroing it out, and it's kind of zeroes out, and you clamp it around one of the leads, and it shows us that there is just 0.15 amps going in. Oh, you can see. Why didn't you say anything? Well, not a lot. 1/10 of an amp going into this thing. So I'll try and... Is it on? Are you on? It's hard to see if it just says that the battery is okay. Wonder if I can pull any power from this. Okay, the camera needed a bit of charging. So in the meanwhile, I have been creating stuff. Well, we have a camera tripod on the way. I made a plug that goes up into the bottom of the UPS over here, and it goes into an extension thingy right there. And I have mounted this 20 watt LED lamp right there. It's off, and it has a switch here. You can turn that on and off. So, and it kind of fit right there. So, so I was gonna try and turn this on, see if that will work. Put that down and power this. Okay. Nothing much. Nothing happened. Turn it off. Nothing. So it doesn't do much. Okay, I have to try and figure this out. Let's try and turn it on with just one long press. Oh! It's alive! Alive! I didn't really find out how to do that, but well, I have had this up and running because I got it running while the camera was charging, and I did a Patreon video, so they already know that this is working, and that I think that beeping sound is really annoying. So yeah, it's working. So right now the battery bank is supplying power for the UPS, which is running. What the patrons don't know is that I have also tried to plug in the vacuum cleaner. I have a very nice vacuum cleaner here. It has a smiling face and everything, and it uses about 1,000 watts. So I can plug that in as well. Nothing is gonna happen until I turn on the vacuum cleaner. There we go. So while the vacuum cleaner is running, it's a lot more interesting to see how much power this draws. And I found out that with the new power meter here, we can do that, and I can zero that out. Kind of zero down there, and we can put that around here. There. And right now it's about 16 amps to run the vacuum cleaner. That's not bad. So 1,000 watts plus the 20 watt LED here, and I'm pulling in 1,000. Oh, and I'm pulling in 16 amps. Let's try it down here as well. Down here it's also about 16 amps. So that's pretty neat. Pretty cool. And we can go up here and see each bank, how much I draw. This bank is about 2.8 amps. Another 2.7 amps. .6 amps. Let's see how much comes in through the solar panels. Not a whole lot. It's like, well, zero, more or less zero is coming in. Okay. That is cool. And that vacuum cleaner just about draws about half the amperage available, or half the power available from the UPS down here. So that's about half load. Right now, without anything, we're drawing in 1.8 amps, 1.9 amps, somewhere in between. It fluctuates a lot, I'm afraid, but I think this is cool as hell. Awesome. Okay, I would call this a success, so remember to give this video a like, because we're up and running. We are creating power. Right now it's idle. I turned off everything because I wanted to see how much power it uses when it's not doing anything, and it's using just about 1.34 amps, doing absolutely nothing, just having a fan blower in there and beeping annoyingly. Beep. It has voice command, which you know, but it works very well, and I'm pretty happy about that. So now I would probably go and do something, get the power from down at the bottom at the loops running up again, and probably through a couple of fuse boxes, some more fuses, and out into the house. I'm not going to be powering the entire house, but I was thinking about it would be really funny to power my computer from the power generated here. So I might go do that, probably maybe ish in the next video in this series. We could put this on. There, looks better, right? Looks more finished. I've been taking it on and off so much, so yeah, I think this is awesome. So thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see what I do with this, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.